Well, here we go again. I did finally get the new adapter in, and I thought before I crawl underneath the car I'd just kind of show you the difference between the new and the old. And I retrieved this from the bucket of experience. This is the complete adapter of the original, and it's held on with two bolts up through the holes, and it's relying totally on the pressure against this casting. And even with a little bit of Loctite on them, this thing can't help but vibrate and obviously back the bolts out. I'm no engineer, but that's just my opinion. On the Transdapt version, this will make more sense when we go underneath. This casting bolts directly onto the bottom of the cylinder block, with a gasket of course, through two Allen head screws. The adapter then threads into it, and then this plate here, along with its gasket, will slide up onto there, and this gasket will seal this plate to the bore of the block, and so then your new filter will screw on there. I'll show you a little more so this kind of makes sense when I'm underneath. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but we'll give it a try. This is the centerpiece. As you can see, I put some of the golden goo on it, which will fit right up in the center and bolt right to the block. And I will put a little bit of Loctite on those bolts. I'll get it up in place and I'll bring you back. So we have the initial adapter in, and the second piece to the puzzle. You notice the gasket around the outside? And they call it a pal nut. Anytime I've used them, they've never been really a pal to me, but I will snug that up and we'll be ready for the filter. Filter on. I did slop some oil around that and put some in the filter before I put it on there. The thing that really hurts my feelings about it is you have to switch and you have to use a Ford style filter. This one's a comparable to, I think it's a PHA, which then moves the bypass valve into the filter rather than GM style where it would be actually mounted to the block. So overall, it was a rather painless operation to put it in there. It would have been a lot nicer a couple of years ago when the block was on a stand and the bottom was facing up looking at me. And if there was ever any question of where it possibly leaked, that gasket might tell you. I'll dump some oil into it. I've actually got to shorten up the shifter linkage just to make it right. And tomorrow, depending on whether it rains, we might actually take it for a little drive, see what happens. I got the shifter linkage all shortened up to where I want it to be. And again, back to my parts saga. I've been waiting for that small little bracket right there, which holds the heater hoses. It just had to be there for, to be correct. But in the meantime, we had to run the car, so we left the hoses long. So I just dumped the antifreeze, shortened up the hoses, and put them back on. And hopefully, my days of crawling around underneath are finished. So I think we'll end this video here. I'm trying to shorten them up, not make them too long and boring. So till then, catch you next time.